Saddam was with the CIA, working with them. Or Bin Laden was working with the CIA. Because they had to be smart enough to create terrorists to stay in business. That's a part of their job, to make terrorists. If they don't produce them, they have no work. They're out of work. Then they have to destroy, the president had to say, hey, we don't need this department anymore. The only reason the FBI started, which was a private investigation firm, because they proved that we needed this type of national security because of the threat that the communists had, connecting with black organizations. This is why they created these other branches. So somebody had to market this idea, this fear, to the overall government. So they're using marketing strategies. So when we see the white man as the devil, we got to isolate the devilishment of each white man. It's not enough work to say all white people are the devil. You got to see which devilishment each devil is participating in.
Wow.
You got to go that far. You got to say, well, because you got Satan, Lucifer, you got Beelzebub, you got the serpent, the beast, the dragon, you got Baal, you got what they call the jinn, you got evil spirits. So it's different forms of devilishment. And that means that they're all devils. But just because some of them practice more atrocious forms of devilishment, it makes the other ones look better. But they're all practicing different forms of devilishment. The white boy that comes into our community and says that he's here to help and save the black people, he's practicing devilishment. Because he's already casted an image that we're under him, or we're lesser than him, and that we need his help. So he's creating an inferiority image of black people by making himself the savior in our community. That's a form of devilishment. I'm going to come help these Negroes. Got a white teacher at Dunbar High School or in one of these black high schools talking about he's going to come help the black people. The fact that he don't think we can help ourselves and that he's in a superior position to help us is devilishment. And he needs more help than we do, because he creates more atrocities on the planet than we do. So who needs more help? Only help we need is from him. He needs true salvation. You understand what I'm making? He the one that really needs the salvation. He the one that really needs the help. If it wasn't for him, we would be bothered nobody. We are not killing no races or enslaving no races. Nowhere. So if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even need the help that he's talking about giving us. So he should help himself by leaving us alone. That's the real work that he needs to do. Help himself by leaving us alone. Because he cannot help us. But by keep saying, I'm going to help you, it is a superiority complex. That I'm your savior. I can help you. I can save you. But he can't save us. We don't need salvation from him. But as long as we believe that the white man is our savior, and he come in with that, he's not helping the situation. And black people look to him and gather around him. It's the white man is here to save us. How is he helping us? He's not. So that's a form of devilishment. Coming in our community talking about I can help you. Help yourself. Help Jeffrey Dahmer. Help Charles Manson. You understand the point I'm making? Help the Unabomber. Help your own people. Help the popes that's raping boys. Go help them. Make your help internal. How are you going to help us? You understand the point I'm making? Help yourself. Help these acid rock heads with purple and green hair, with chains on their pants. Men with black fingernails and lipstick. Go help them. Do you understand the point I'm making? You cannot help us. All his people need all that help. Trailer camps. Full of white people that's mad and need help. Why don't you go help them? I want to help black people. Because your superiority complex is not supported when you go help white people. It's only activated when you help black people. Otherwise, you would say, I'm just going to help people. There ain't no white or black. I'm just helping people. But they say, I want to help the black people. You are underprivileged, underdeveloped, minorities. These are all words that is casting his superiority. How are we minority and is more of us on the planet Earth than him? We're a minority if you take all the votes away. We're the minority if we can't own a plane. We're only a minority on this damn island. You understand what I'm making? So by making us a minority, you're cutting us off from the reality of our international relationships. So him coming in talking about I'm helping you as a minority and helping you, you already severed us from our bloodline. You didn't cut us off from an international relationship. Otherwise you couldn't see us as a minority. Because if you see us as an African, we're the majority. Dealing with the Dravidians in India. Dealing with the darker races, the Japanese. Dealing with the darker races of people. We're a majority. We outnumber him. But that's a strategical war. Make them think they're a minority. Isolate them. And cut them off from their support. And then we can go in and conquer them. It's a divide and conquer strategy. So by him helping us because we're minorities and we're underprivileged and all that, he's supporting his superiority complex. So that's a form of devilishment. The European that's coming in, that's a straight up racist, that don't care if you know it or not, that's a different type of devilishment. The one that's teaching white supremacy in the school system, that's a different type of devilishment. The one who does not have the courage to stop his white brothers from performing atrocities on our people, that's another type of devilishment. Do you see the point I'm making? So when we say the white man is the devil, we're not talking about they all walking around with red tights on, with pitchforks. We're talking about degrees of opposition and resistance to the higher development of a race. Do you understand what I'm making? We're not just talking about devilishment from a religious context. The white man is the devil in the Bible. There's no devil in the Bible. There's no devil in that book. Is no real devil in the bottom of the earth. Light and sulfur. That when you die, you go into the bottom of the earth. That do not exist. There's no red man with pantyhose ready to stab you. Half dragon and half lizard. And half white man. That does not exist. So when we say the European is the devilishment, we're talking about he's the devil like a tarantula is. If he bites you, that tarantula is a damn devil. When you feel the pain of a tarantula bite, poison ivy is the devil, right? When you're scratching for hours and days. Nightshade, a poisonous plant, is the devil. It's the devil. These diseases are devilishment. AIDS, the whole illusion of AIDS is devilishment. So when we say the European is the devil, it's not within the religious context. People need to understand what is meant when we say devil. They say, oh, you saying the white man is the devil? What do I mean? You saying he is, ask them next time they ask you that. Is the white man the devil? Ask them, they're going to say, you mean the white man is the devil? Ask them, what do I mean when I say devil? They're going to be stuck. They're not going to say, are you saying he's the one in the Bible that we're just going to burn in hell in?
They all come together as one.
Come on.
Absolute devil. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. They don't know. They're going to be stuck if you ask them that. But then if we break down what we mean by devil, then they'll see that nature has opposition against you. Katrina was the devil to people in New Orleans. That was devilishment coming and tearing all them houses up. You see the point I'm making? So anything that can destroy a race of people and kill and entrap and steal all their resources and have them think less than themselves is the devil. And anybody who institute that on any particular level is participating in devilishment. And if your nature is to put your race on top, it's for the survival of your species, then you cannot help but to be a devilishment to those who are outside of your species. Do you see what I mean? You can't help it. Because he knows that if you sleep with his woman, that he will no longer exist. Because he will be bred out. So you are a devil to him. He can no longer exist forever. Because you slept with his woman. So he has to promote inferior images of a person who's more biologically powerful than him. Do you see the point I'm making? For his own survival. Do you understand what I'm making? If he can make you look less, all his women will be with you. Because if you stand a European here physically and a black man here physically, the black man is working with more. So he has to create psychological warfare to turn his woman off of black people. To turn the world off of black people so that he can survive. Because if he say, I'm just going to leave black people alone, they're fine, they're okay, they're all good, I'm going to leave them alone, all his women will be with us. Do you understand the point I'm making? Why wouldn't they want better? But he has to create these inferior images. All black people are thugs and gangbangers and ignorants and niggers and watermelon eaters and coons. He has to promote this image to his white woman and his white daughter. Because all she sees this man with this big slong, with all these muscles and this melanin. You understand the point I'm making? That's nothing but beauty to her by nature. So he got to go and demonstratize all that to make sure he still exists on the planet. Because she said, Daddy, what's wrong with that? He's working with more than you are, Daddy. Oh, he's a coon. He's a watermelon. He's a watermelon eater. They're all from the jungle. Don't look at them, honey. You feel the point I'm making? But she's mesmerized by the biological packet that we're working with. Our strength and virility and fertility. You see the point I'm making? They're obsessed with the black man. So they got to create these inferior images because by nature, we are more better than they are. You only got to put down that which is actually good. You only got to demonstratize something that's actually divine. Right? Because if we really wasn't nothing and wasn't about nothing, well, why you got to put so much work into presenting it? If it's obvious black people are ignorant and stupid and all that, then it don't need your propaganda. It don't need your promotion. It don't need advertisements. It don't need marketing groups and military strategies. And it don't need that because it's a reality. Black people ain't nothing. But since that's not true, he had to create millions of dollars and invest and put up labor and use strategies and devote his life and energy to making sure that we stay on the bottom. Because if his strategy ever failed, just like they going to Jamaica, white women trying to rent dreads. Literally, they go to Jamaica just to find them some rosters to get with. And that's what he's afraid of on a massive level. You see the point I'm making? That's just a microcosmic example of what would happen if he stopped demonstratizing our image. Because it's not natural for them to see us as being evil. That ain't even natural.
Right, exactly.
White people love dogs. Do you understand the point I'm making? If you love a dog, you cannot hate a beautiful bronze black deity. Do you understand what I'm making? It takes propaganda for a person to love a dog and hate a man. You understand what I'm making? A slobbing, drooling, hairy, smelly dog. You have more love for them than human beings. There are more pet shops than black bookstores. There are more pet shops than food pantries. They do more for their dogs than they do for human beings. It's not natural for any type of woman to love a dog. Do you understand what I'm making? So if they can love a dog but hate a man, that is a propagandic strategy. That is a strategy. So my point is that if they knew that if they stopped demonstratizing us and destroying our image, they would be bred out of the universe. And the next generations and generations of us to come will be melanated people. And it will be getting darker and darker and darker. And that's really necessary. Because the Europeans are fighting against nature. Because when the sun gets hotter, the only way they'll survive is if they start melanating these children. Because it's getting hotter. And he's making sure because he's destroying the ozone. So it's getting hotter.